Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Bienvenidos a mi canal. As you guys can see by the title, we are actually doing a Halloween look, which is actually my first Halloween look I do here in my YouTube channel. So it's gonna be a mermaid inspired Halloween. But before we start, don't forget to like this video. Also, don't forget to subscribe down to my channel. Hit that bell ring button so you guys can get notified every time I post a video for you guys. All right, let's get started. By the way, I decided to do Little Mermaid because it's actually my favorite Disney princess, so just a little FYI there. But okay, let's go ahead and start. So I already did my eyebrows, as you guys can see, to speed up the process of this tutorial. Also, I put up some little earrings here. They're like pearl earrings. I think they will look really cute with like the Little Mermaid Halloween theme that we're going for. Let's go ahead and start with our eyes. That's really gonna be our main focus for this Little Mermaid makeup look. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with my concealer, which is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I'm just gonna go ahead and buff this right here in the inner corner, and you also want to buff it right here on the outer part of your eyes because we're definitely bringing that eyeshadow all the way up. All right, so moving to the palette that we're going to be using today is an actual drugstore palette, which is from Revoultion Makeup London, and it's the Forever Flawless Bird's Paradise. So the first shade we're going to be using is this light purple right here, and I'm going to be grabbing a brush that is very small so we can really pack that purple color on the eyelid. So we're going to start by just tapping this light purple color all over your eyelid and bringing it up to the crease. It's such a pretty light purple, like lilac color, so I thought it fit perfect for this Little Mermaid theme. I actually already had done this Little Mermaid makeup look for work because we had a Disney makeup theme, so I wore it and everybody was like, "You're Little Mermaid," and I'm like, "Yeah, you guys guessed it." And they're like, "Yes, you can tell by the makeup." I was like, "Okay, cool." I know sometimes we are like on a rush, like on the day of Halloween, and we don't have an outfit, so your makeup will save you. So I'm gonna bring this purple all the way up here to my crease, as you guys see. Once you have that, you want to start blending it out, and I'm just grabbing a small blending brush, literally just buffing it out really well. So I'm grabbing more of that purple color, and I'm just adding more of this color on the crease here, because since it is a very light purple color, you definitely want it to show. So make sure, if you have to go in for 2 or 3 times to make sure it has like pigmented and the color can see, then go for it. I'm also bringing it out down here, and then I'm bringing it down from up here, kind of like a V, grabbing more. And this time I'm really just going to focus on the outer part of my eye here. So once you have that, we're moving on to our next color, which is still in the same palette, and we're going to be using this dark purple right here, which is called Adventure. We're grabbing a different blending brush. It's actually going to be a little bit more pointy, and then we want to concentrate this dark purple in that outer part of our eye and also in the crease. We want to build like a dimension between the light purple and the dark purple. And I'm really just going in circular motions. Once you get to the crease, you want to bring it out to make that V again. Make sure we're focusing on that too. So once you have that, you want to grab the light purple color again, and you want to grab the first blending brush that you use, and you want to go back and just blend the light purple again in that dark color where it might have faded a little bit because of the dark purple. And I'm really just going to focus this on the outer top part of that eyeshadow. And it's totally okay if you bring this light purple color close to your eyebrow. That's okay, because we are going to build this color right after we put our foundation and everything even more up here. So it's okay if you go a little bit more overboard with the light purple. This is a really easy eyeshadow look. We're gonna move on to our glitter eyeshadow. We're gonna be using this one right here, and it's called Hot Tropic. So I'm gonna grab this flat brush, and also I'm gonna be using my setting spray. You can use water if that's what you have, like a spray bottle, because if I don't have this, I use this. Like intensify that glitter that we're gonna put on our eyes. We're gonna grab a little bit of this color, just like so. We're gonna spray our Fix Plus onto the brush with the eyeshadow that it has on already. And once we do that, we're gonna go ahead and just put it right here in this inner part of our eye. We want to really make sure this glitter sees. For this glitter, make sure you are bringing it a little bit more up. Don't be afraid to bring it up because it's a Halloween look, so you definitely want it to show. I'm gonna grab the first blending brush. It literally has no product. Right here between the glitter and the dark purple, you just want to make sure you blend it in really well. So I'm really just doing tapping motions. So as you guys can see, we're doing great. All right, so I'm gonna do this eye off camera and I'll be right back. So this is how we're looking, you guys. I already cleaned up this eye, but I'm gonna do this one with you guys. I spray a little bit of water just so the towel will have it, and I really just go in underneath my eyes, and I want to remove all that purple. And then I want to grab the paper towel and I'm going to clean the side of my eye here. This is the primer I'm going to be using, which is from Milani. It's the SPF BFF. When I think about Little Mermaid, I think about luminous. I think about like hydrating. So I'm definitely going to be using more luminous products. All right, and then what we're going to be using is a color corrector. I have really bad dark circles. I'm using this e.l.f. color corrector and it's in peach. Same brand e.l.f. is gonna be the green one. I'm using the green one just to cancel out any pink I have, and then I'm just gonna use my finger to blend this in. I really focus mainly right here because this is really where I have that dark circle. So moving on to our foundation, you guys, I'm gonna be using a luminous foundation. This one is actually new. It's the MAC Studio Radiance and it's the Serum-Powered foundation. If you guys have not tried the new MAC foundation, you guys are missing out. Let me tell you guys, it is so hydrating, so luminous. I love it. So moving on to concealer, you guys, we're gonna be using the one I always use, which is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. And then we're gonna let this sit for a minute.
A few moments later.
And I'm just gonna blend this in really quick. When you're blending out your concealer, you really just wanna tap it in. You never wanna swipe because you could be moving like the product underneath your eye. So just tapping. So we're gonna be setting our under eyes with this translucent powder. This one is actually a drugstore powder and I use it all the time. I actually love it. Besides my hourglass one and this one, I go like back and forth. I haven't tried a lot of powders actually because I tend to stick with the powder that always works for me. So I'm gonna grab extra powder and just leave it on the bottom of my under eyes, just like this, to even bake longer because I just set it, I didn't bake it. So I'm gonna go ahead and bake it right now. While we let that set, we're moving on to our contour and also our blush. So I'm gonna be using this one from BeautyCreations, and I'm gonna be using the contour that comes with that. A little bit here in the bottom of my eyebrows of the same bronzer. So for our blush, we're gonna go back into the palette that we use, which is the Revoultion Makeup Blended Palette, and we're gonna be using this light purple to use as a blush. So I grabbed a little bit of that purple, and a little bit goes a long way, especially with colors that you're normally not tempted to use a lot. You just want to build it up. That looks really pretty. You wouldn't think purple would be like a pretty blush, but it is. And make sure you're bringing the blush even up here, kind of like in your temple. So once we have that, we're actually gonna grab our powder because we want to make sure we clean the bottom part of our contours. Moving on to our eyes to completely complete it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back into our palette. I know it's a few more steps, you guys, but it's very like easy steps. I'm gonna grab my first blending brush. I'm gonna go and just use the light purple, and I'm gonna go back and really put this light purple up here, and you really want to bring it up to your eyebrow. and bring a little bit here in your temple, you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and speed this process up because it does take longer. I'm gonna be using pearls, and I'm gonna be using little diamonds. And the diamonds one comes with different size, little, medium, bigger size, and the pearls do not. They're literally just one size. You really just want to concentrate these two on the outer part of your eye. And also, I forgot to tell you guys, I'm going to be using my lash glue to glue them on. Whew. Okay, so that took about 5 minutes, but as you guys can see, I feel like that's what's going to take you the longest, which it's fine because that definitely completes the look. I'm actually going to be using this KVD Shade+Light in medium, and I'm only going to be using this light part right here. I'm going to be using this powder brush. This one is a pro contour brush, actually from Sephora. It's the number 79, but I like to use it for powder. I grab a little bit of this light powder, tap it. The way I remove my excess powder is because I want to brine my under eyes even more, so I'm just going to be swiping whatever I had with that powder. So we're gonna go back into our Revoultion makeup blend-in, and we're gonna be using these two green eyeshadows right here. This one called Jungle, and also this light green one. And then you want to grab a really small brush, you guys. I'm gonna start with the dark green. We're gonna use this green eyeshadow, and we're gonna go in on the bottom of her lower lashes to blend it in really good. Next, we're gonna go in with the light green just on top of that green that we just used, just to make a contrast with it. So moving on to our lashes, we're gonna be using the ones in Kiss and Style Jubilee. Okay, you guys, so these are the lashes. I actually curled them a little bit more because I want them even more wispy, but you can definitely go in with something more natural. Last time I did this for work, I just went with a half lash and they still look great, but this time I wanted a full lash for this tutorial. So now I'm gonna go in with mascara. I'm gonna be using the MAC Stack Mascara, and this one I'm gonna be using for my lower lashes. I still have that powder here, as you guys can tell, so I'm gonna go in with my MAC Studio powder in NC25. I actually did not use this before I went to MAC, and girl, I was missing out. Let me tell y'all, why didn't y'all tell me? Because I was missing out. Instead of removing the powder with my normal loose powder or with like a normal loose powder color, I'm gonna be removing it and tapping it with this. And then I really am just gonna tap down wherever I had that powder to bake. Grabbing a little bit more, and same thing here. I'm putting a little bit here, just to tap in that bronzer a little bit more. All right, you guys, so now the lipstick. So for the lipstick, we're gonna of course use a red lipstick. I'm gonna go in with the MAC lip liner in Cherry. I'm just blending it out with my finger, just a little bit, not a lot. Then we're gonna be going in with a matte lipstick in RubyWood, and it's also from MAC. So I'm just gonna clean my lipstick now. You can use any purple highlighter, but I'm gonna use a eyeshadow actually for my highlighter. I'm gonna be going in with the LuisTorresBeauty Creation, and I'm gonna be using these three colors right here. And then I'm gonna grab kind of like a fan brush, and I'm just gonna go back and forth with these, and I'm gonna be putting it right here, also right here as well, and then a little bit on top of like the blinks. I'm gonna be using this one from Morphe, which is the continuous setting spray or setting mist. Right, you guys, so I did my hair kind of like wavy texture, so I can look like a Little Mermaid even with my hair too. But yeah, this is the final look right here. But yeah, you guys, so that was it for today's look, you guys. I think it turned out beautiful, and as you guys can see, it's a really easy Little Mermaid makeup tutorial for Halloween. You guys don't have to go full coverage with it. If you guys like more to a light to medium foundation, then go for it. But you guys know I'm a full coverage girl, so I can't not do my full coverage. Let me know if you guys change anything from this makeup tutorial, if you guys went with a different lipstick, maybe a different eye color shade. But yeah, I definitely think it looks very much like a Little Mermaid. And then I use my little shirt here, pink, my pearl earrings. Let me know if what else you guys would like to watch. But that was it for today's video. Don't forget to like, also don't forget to subscribe for more videos. But that was it for today's video, guys.